today I'm gonna use Photopills to help me photograph the Milky Way. Photopills is an app, it costs around 10 bucks, but it's worth it. One of the first things that I do is check how I will photograph with my gear, especially the shutter speed time that I have to use. Now, that is very important because it will depend on the sensor of size, the pixels, how big it is, and of course, your lens. Allow 15mm as a reference. If you want to check out the review, it's up there. And for this video example, I only gonna use one single long exposure, okay? Just to make things simpler. As it is one single long exposure, you're gonna need to calculate how long will be your long exposure, okay? So we're gonna go here to Spot Stars. Here I will select on the top my camera, so it's the R6. You can select your own, or if it isn't in there, you can create your own camera here, okay? And my focal length will be 15mm, okay? There is no teleconverter or something like that. The aperture will be f2, and the angle, well, if you're not sure which is the angle that you're gonna shoot, just put it at 0, okay? There you go. So the 500 rule says that I have 33 seconds. Now, this is good enough to post on Instagram or something like that, okay? But for prints, that's not really the best thing because it will leave a bit of start trailing, okay? So the NPF rule, I have a video about that, which I call it NFP a lot of times, but yeah, its NPF rule is 16, around 17 seconds. So I'm gonna use 20, just round about, okay? You do your own testing and choose your own shutter speed, okay? Well done. Now we need the date and location. A friend of mine sent me a cool place where I can have a really cool tree to photograph. So if I put the 360 view, you can see that there is this tree around south. We'll have the Milky Way in theory, okay? I need to check that on Photopills. So let's get out of here, go in here and copy this code over here, okay? Now you go to Photopills, to Planner, and you can load the place in here. Now, Photopills doesn't need internet to work properly, okay? But some stuff need, okay? One of the things is to check out the satellite image of the map, and the other thing is to search stuff like that. So let me just post the pin here, and here we are. Now, we will photograph this picture, not today, but at the 18 July. So let's go to more, date, and let's select the date for the 18 July. Okay, there we go. Now I'm gonna need to change some stuff, to change the layers. I want to see the moon. The sun, not really, I can shut it down. I'm gonna shut everything down except the moon and the Milky Way because those things are important to work with. Let's go back to the map. Well, down here is the timeline. So you have the hours and stuff like that. And now I can see that the moon will settle at 1:36. Let's go to 1:40, okay? And now that the moon is set, I have a clean sky to photograph. I know that there is the part on the menu here on Photopills talking about the moon in the hours and all like that, but I am a visual guy, okay? I prefer to see it happening on the map. I need to check another thing is the visibility of the galaxy center. So it's here. It started from 2250, well, we have the moon at that time, all the way to 4 in the morning. So I can photograph from 1.5 hours in the morning all the way to 4 in the morning. That's great news. You can see also the galaxy center elevation here, how it is. If you move, you can see how it will move as well. Now, the dots here is the Milky Way, and the big dots over there is the Milky Way center. Usually the main point to photograph the Milky Way is the Milky Way center. Pretty damn simple. And we are not done. We have other stuff that we can do on the Photopills. For example, you can pre-visualize the frame in the map here, okay? Let me show you instead of trying to explain what it is, okay? I'm gonna go back to layers and I want to activate the field of view. And now I'm gonna go back to the past, and here we have the field of view. Now, and the point is not here, I gotta move it over there, okay? Now you can see, roughly, you can see that the tree is there, the Milky Way is sideways there. Excellent. So my lens, of course, is 15 millimeters, okay? And as you can see, we have the field of view here. How cool is that? So I can surely get the tree and the Milky Way. As the Milky Way is really standing up, as you can see by the dots here, a vertical photo will be better, a portrait photo will be better. So let's change that to, oh, it was portrait. Let's put it on portrait, because I already calculated this before I go there, so that's why. Yes, there you go. I can get the tree, I can get the Milky Way. Maybe I'm gonna advance a little bit here. It would be better. So like that, I have the Milky Way one side of the image, in the other side the tree. How cool is that? So doing this remotely, it's pretty damn nice, but you can do it better. How? Going there and see the thing that, or the landscape you want to photograph with the Milky Way is way better, okay? Let's put this around 2 in the morning. That's actually the time that I have the rendezvous with the model to be photographed here with the tree. I'm gonna press on this icon. So if you don't see that icon, it's this icon over here, okay? And I'm gonna press it a couple of times so it's really locked on the GPS coordinates of my phone right here. If I activate the night AR, okay, and look at it like so. So the orange dot is actually the center of the Milky Way. You can see the horns of the Milky Way there, and it's aligned like this. Now, to make sure that this is precisely correctly, I'm gonna use the visual calibration, okay? And now I can point it at the sun. So the sun is a little bit down there, so let me just push it like so. It's behind the cloud, but it's there, okay? Let's confirm calibration. And as you can see, it's like this. Perfect. The thing that this is not doing is showing the field of view of your camera. So to do that, pick up your camera and point at it and try to be sure that you have everything perfectly in frame, as I am doing here. So there you go, how I use the Photopills app to photograph my Milky Way, your Milky Way, our Milky Way, exactly where will be the Milky Way, how it's gonna be on the picture. That is awesome to have. $10, but totally worth it. Drop a like if you learned something, comment down below if you have any questions, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. I am Miguel, until next time, see ya.